Hey guys, welcome back to FetchQuest. It's great to see you guys again after our small break. I lost you guys. 1 second. Where we had a wonderful, nice, easy session where nothing traumatic happened at all. Chris, you want to catch us up?
Sure. Uh, so we were on a boat heading over towards the new country of Moroth, traversing neutral waters, where we met up with our weird dinosaur wrangling guy who died almost instantaneously as he started a fight. But there was another guy, and he was big, and he had 6 arms, and he was obnoxious because he was a clown, technically. But Zahn killed him too, through sheer determination and nothing else. No bad shenanigans going on there. And that was about it. We got over to Moroth, and guards were swarming us as we were bleeding out on our on ourselves, and that happened.
Excellent. So, you guys are standing on a blood soaked deck. There is still a halfling holding onto the steering wheel, muttering to himself. There is a man who is being escorted off the boat. He has what seems to be more of a one of those shock blankets they put on people for shock. He has one of those on him, and they're leading him off. And the guards start to approach you. So, what happened?
Well, the short story is is an assassination attempt. There was a man who flew aboard the ship, and I'm going to point in the general direction of that body, who was underneath the bigger man there. I slayed him, if you wish to know more. And then the larger man there, who was supposed to be the guard of the ship, also wanted to take part in this assassination, as he obviously knew of the same bounty, and we slayed him as well. However, there were many other passengers on board who saw it fit to jump into the water, which was not very smart, and then a few others that this large man just decided to nonchalantly cut down for no reason. All the more reason why we cut him down.
Right. He scratches his chin, looks over at his companion, who is more of a closed-faced helmet, the big Moroth eagle on his chest, who kind of goes over with his spear and lifts the head up of the big guy. It's a jester. Oh, shit. Yep. So, are you guys from Moroth or from Kel?
Well, this one, as I point towards Damakos and then Kara, these two are from Moroth as well. This one, however, is from Kel. He is a recent addition to our group here.
Am I covered in blood?
Yeah, you guys are pretty much. Yeah.
Damakos is not.
Damakos is clean.
I'm covered in like lake water and blood.
Oh, that's right.
So I assume everyone from Moroth is wearing their masks?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Should have. Oh. Sorry. Didn't recognize the colors there. My apologies. Yes. Of course, you are going to get your companion a mask as soon
Of
as
course.
possible.
We've just landed, and it was under certain stresses, so you can see why we may not have had all of our ducks in a row just yet.
He's going to look over at Jethra and then look back at the three high-ranking family masks in front of him. Yes. Just as a reminder, all parties need to be wearing masks. But we will have some more questions for you, so please don't leave the town for at least today. Okay?
We are willing to compromise that. We're just happy to be among the country once more.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, you can make your way off the ship and do whatever it is nobles do.
Thank you. Make my way off the ship.
Sure.
I follow.
So you guys head off the ship. Pretty much soaked in blood. Clothes are torn. Some of you are covered in pteranodon bites. And some of you are just stabbed multiple times. Where do you guys want to go?
What do I know about this town?
So you didn't really spend much time here. You maybe spent spent a night. It is a small river town. It's mainly run by halflings, who are in a bitter rivalry with the halflings from the other side of the river. But that doesn't really seem to be tied by nations. It seems to be more tied by family lines. And they're just as rude, but a little bit more subtle as the ones from across the river.
All right, then. Well, first order of business, is there any, just shop stalls anywhere to buy a mask for Joven? Who's
Sure.
the only one without one.
And
Yeah, I was
Jethra.
about to
Oh,
ask.
No,
what's
Jethra
with
has
Jethro has
everybody
one.
covering up their faces?
It's a tradition among Moroth. Don't show your face, and you're less likely to be stabbed. Maybe. Not really.
I
Pretty
mean,
much.
it feels like it'd make it easier for anyone to come up and pretend to be anybody else, and then, well, I'm just.
I never said the political situation here was smart, only that it is a tradition.
So yeah, Suzanne, go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Sure.
So you're looking around. You're still reasonably distracted from just almost dying and almost seeing everyone else die and seeing a whole bunch of civilian murder for no apparent reason than just for the heck of it. So you're a bit distracted, but you do, when you're looking around, you look back down to check yourself to make sure there's no more, like you're not completely disgraceful in front of these crowds, and you notice that there is a small faint glow, a blue glow coming from where you put that rolled up slip of paper.
Gotta look at that.
So you pull it out, open it up, and it says, "First time logging in." What?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about the paper.
And it has username, password, confirm password.
Okay.
God. Zon's logging into the dark web.
All right. I'm going to just motion to. I think there's a mask shop down that direction. I'll be right with you. And I'm gonna go find a quill and work on this somehow.
Sure, I'll say you're a noble. You have a quill.
Yeah.
Go ahead and share your login information with me if you want.
Sure.
So everyone else is heading towards the mask shop.
Yeah,
Mask shop.
I wouldn't want to be rude here, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess I can head off and try to find this I guess something to cover up this.
I'm gonna go with him.
Yovin is just very confused looking around.
All right. So yeah, you the remaining group heads off towards Smash Shop. Go ahead, throw a fucking perception check to see if you guys can find one within a reasonable amount of time.
Can I throw up one?
Oh my god. So I'm gonna say that Kara goes, I know the way, and proceeds to get everyone lost. After about a good 15 minutes of just getting bad directions from halflings, finally Tamakos looks up and spots what looks to be a miscellaneous touristy type shop with some blank masks hanging from the outside and animal sounds coming from the inside.
There's a possible option for you.
Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous.
Yes.
Is that how you guys spell masks?
No, but there are some masks hanging up there. You see those blank ones? Probably
Ah,
get you one.
that'd be good.
Oh god. Did Jethro come with us or did she go with Zahn?
Make a quick perception check.
Oh
shit.
no, not again.
You saw her stay with Zon.
Okay. As long as she's with somebody. We can't have this happen again.
She's trying to find out Zon's login info.
Turns out she's actually trying to scam him.
She's the reason he needs all that gold, just because she keeps stealing it.
No one said she wasn't a gold digger.
It's just a very aggressive catfish.
God.
Oh man! All right. So yeah, so you guys approach this shop. The door is open, and you see that inside it's filled with what look like postcards, knickknacks, badly made tourist crap, and then it also seems to turn into a pet shop near the back of it.
Huh.
Or you'd assume it's a pet shop. It's a lot of cages.
Oh. Is there a mask that looks like it would fit Joven?
I mean, there's a collection of masks. You could definitely find one that fits Joven.
Oh God. Does it smell bad in the shop?
Surprisingly, no.
Okay. Thank God.
Smells like someone just sprayed a whole can of prestidigitation over everything.
Extra strength.
All right, Joven. Let's go find you a mask.
All right.
Mm.
So yeah, so you guys easily find a mask inside the shop. And there is a very bored looking elf, high elf, behind the counter.
Please tell me they're not also from Minnesota. I'm not talking to them.
So
I'm
you,
not
the
buying
three
a
are just
mask.
staring
Okay.
at this high elf who's kind of like looking up at you, looking back down at the little doodles they're doing, and then looking back at you up every so often.
All right. Lot to purchase one mask. Just put it on the counter.
That'll be 2 copper.
done. Hey, hand him 1 silver. Do you have any change?
We only deal in exact change, so 2 copper.
God. I fish out 2 copper from my bag and put it down on the table.
He takes it, like, kind of flicks the mask forward with his fingers and goes back to doodling.
I think I have 65 copper.
I don't.
I have 65.
I don't have copper. I just want to no. So this is it. Okay.
Yeah.
You'll
Just
just
wear it.
put the mask on.
So when he puts the mask on, Domicus, you can see runes, right?
If I mean, I could.
Oh, so it's an ability you have to activate?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Never mind. Ignore it. Don't worry about it.
Well, now that you said that.
So you guys want to do anything else in the shop?
I could use a. I might. Do they have anything like like just like a shirt or something? Like some of those tourist places have. Mine's just very soaked with the water from that piranha dawn infested river.
He points to the left side of the shop, and it does have. It's a big pink shirt that says "I heart Moroth," but there's a heart emoji instead of like the word, and Moroth is misspelled.
Nova's gonna look at it. He's gonna put it back where he got it. He's going to walk out of the shop. No fuss. No.
All right. Anyone else want to do anything in the shop?
Nope. I'm good.
All right. So we're gonna hop back to Zahn, who has just managed to log in, and it. So it seems to be like your standard messaging thing. You do have a message from someone whose name is Too Cool for School.
Oh man.
And it's where should we meet?
Tell him where would I know of where's the closest establishment that my family owns?
That would actually be
one
about
in a nearby city.
That would be about midway through, midway up to the capital.
Okay.
Yeah, it wouldn't be near the river town.
Okay. I will write name a place and I'll be there.
And then as soon as you write that, you tap the send with the tip of your quill, and then the scroll goes blank.
My immersion.
Listen, technology is different across different things. But yeah, so after you tap that, the scroll goes blank.
Okay. I will wait for the reply, I guess.
You feel that the magic has gone out of this.
Cool. Well, that's fucked. Alright then. Fuck that up. Let me just look at my notes real fast. Oh, I'm gonna go look for the briar patch.
The briar patch?
Yes.
Sure. So are you gonna meet up with the group, or are you just gonna look for it on your own?
I'm gonna go look for that on my own first, and then I'll try
Cool.
to figure out where everybody went.
So make a let's say investigation check
Sure.
to find the briar patch. All right. So it is a little bit more secluded. It looks exactly the same as the broken buckler. It just has a sign that looks like a briar patch hanging from the front. You go in and it's very empty except for a wood elf playing a harp in a corner and a very, very familiar looking elf behind the bar.
Jesus Christ. Extended family.
He has
just gonna
a
walk up
like,
with Jethra and sort of motion for her to stay back a bit.
So he has a like Phantom of the Opera style mask. It's silver with some dollar signs, a lute, and then music notes
Okay.
on it.
I'm
Hey,
just gonna take a seat. Ellis sent me.
as usual, clientele.
I'm not a usual client, but I'm gonna show him the piece of paper quickly. He gave me this, and I sort of fucked it up.
Oh no, those are like one shots. You can
Yeah.
use them to send a message. So I can hook you up with a deal, stack of 10 for a gold, or I can get you one that is good for multiple messages for about 100 gold.
How many is multiple?
I mean, I don't want to say it's limitless. I don't really use them, but I've heard it sends a lot.
I'll put the gold on the table. Just give me the 10. If you could put me in contact with someone directly, that'd be much more helpful as well. I'm not exactly up to date on these devices here.
Sure. He pulls out 10 of the tiny scrolls, puts them on the table, and leans over and pulls on one of the beer tabs, and part of the wall in the back slides back and to the left. Go on in. Ellis sent you.
All right. I'm going to sort of give a look to Jethra, like a stay up in the front here, and I'll go handle this sort of look, and then head into the back.
Sure. So after you head down and the wall closes behind you, you do see that there is a like handle that you can pull, and it functions much more like a door, like you can just walk in and out. As you're going down this hallway, you do hear noises of a very crowded bar. And when you walk out into the clearing deep underground, this bar is full. There's multiple servers walking around serving drinks. There's people of all sorts sitting at bars talking. A few of them look you up and down and then shrug and go back to their games, go back to talking. You see that there's some boards up on each side of the wall that have names on them with tally marks. Just a variety of people inside of here with what looks like a half troll behind the bar.
All right. I'll go up to the half troll and just go up to the bar, I guess.
Yes.
I'm looking for someone who can point me in the right direction of getting some work done.
He looks over, like as if there's someone standing next to him with a really, looks back at you. You have to be more specific.
Well, I was sent by Ellis, if that helps.
Yeah, that's how you got down here.
Yeah, correct. Sorry, I'm not the usual clientele.
Right. Do you want someone killed?
No, it's actually more keeping people alive.
You want a healer? You should go to the
Yes.
church.
It has to be secretive, less out in the open.
Oh, you want secretive? There's a bloke by the name of Eric.
I've tried his services already, and I found them lacking.
Yeah, he's a bit fucking crazy.
I need someone more local.
Gotcha. How local? This town or just Moroth?
Within Moroth is probably the outer limit, but within this town or the capital would most likely be more preferable.
Capital. What are you drinking?
Well, in the moment, I'm a bit, give me whatever your house special is.
The house special.
Sure.
All right. He turns around and disappears into the back. And he's there for a good minute or so before coming back out. So are you staying at the Briar Patch?
Not at the moment, but I will be within town for another day or so.
Yeah, I'd recommend you stay at the Briar Patch.
That can be arranged.
Right. And he picks up a glass and starts to clean it.
Is our business concluded? I'm a bit confused.
You ordered the house special. Did you not want the house special?
Maybe there was a bit of a miscommunication. I thought the house special was just a drink.
Ellis, you said Ellis sent you, yeah?
Yes, but it was mostly just for this requisition of work. Nothing. That was all I was told. Apologies if there's miscommunication here.
So you want me to cancel the house special?
Maybe you could explain to me what the house special is?
It is a type of drink, but it does take a while to make, and people have different experiences after they drink it.
So it's sort of a Vision Quest-esque supplement?
Kind of. It's a cocktail you'll definitely never forget.
I am a very cocktail aficionado, so I'm willing to still accept this. You don't have to cancel it. I will stay here for the night and have your house special. But
Excellent.
if you do hear anything about this work I'm trying to order, you may want to give them the price if it will be suitable in finding clientele more easily, because it is sizable.
How much is it?
50 gold per month.
Oh, damn. Yeah, I'm sure I could find you somebody. I'll have some names delivered up at the house special.
All right, thank you very much. I look forward to it.
He just completely ignores you going back to cleaning his glass.
I'm already leaving. I'm very uncomfortable here.
So you go up through the secret door, back up, where Jethro is just kind of standing awkwardly at the bar, and the elf behind the bar doesn't even really look like he's noticing her. And he's just kind of like cleaning off one of the beer tabs.
All right, we can leave now. Let's go.
All right, so you guys leave. As you do leave, it takes you a very short time to find the group who is kind of standing outside of the shop. So you guys notice Zahn and Jethro walking up.
I see you found him a mask. That's good.
Howdy.
I did find us some lodgings for the night. Or at least a place we should stay for the night.
That's good.
Yeah. Sounds great.
All right.
We're so I don't quite understand how some of the things work. Where are we in the clear now?
I don't know. Are we in the clear now?
Like those assassins, they ain't gonna still be coming after you lot, right?
Well, it wasn't really us that they were after, more just one of us.
And as soon as we crossed the border into Moroth, the scroll kind of incinerated itself.
So there's like no, like, they ain't gonna still be coming after you.
Not for that particular contract, but who knows?
Well, in that case, who wants to get drunk?
I would much rather have a bath. And we do have the rest of the day to do whatever, get drunk and such things. But we should go pay for our lodgings first. Let me do that quickly, since we're right outside the bar still. I assume.
Yeah.
That's what you're.
Yeah, you guys are.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go right back inside.
Sure. You go right back inside. Same elf is cleaning off some bar tabs. Looks up, nods at you, and goes back.
You have 4 rooms available.
Yeah.
How much?
Nobleman's discount. 10 gold each room.
I can do that.
I know.
I'll take out the 40 gold and put it on the table.
As soon as it touches the table, gone.
Sure.
You can afford this, I know.
And he puts 4 silver keys on the table.
All right. I will take them and go back outside.
Cool.
And we'll hand them out.
Sure.
So rooms are secured. Whatever else we need to do with the day, we can. I, for one, would like to have my things cleaned. I'm still probably now covered in dry blood.
Yeah. People are staring at you guys, but then I mean they notice the masks and then just kind of like keep walking.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having some place to get cleaned off either.
I should probably find some new clothes. There is a giant stab mark in this.
There's multiple stab marks.
There are multiple stab marks in all of my clothes.
Can't you?
Where's the
magic
mending
it?
cantrip?
It
your
died
magic
with
shirt?
Jared.
Ooh.
All right. Let's look for some new wearables in a possible bathhouse if there's one available.
Okay, yeah, make an investigation check.
I am going to do that.
So, You do end up having to ask for directions, but you are directed over to a halfling-run bathhouse where they will also clean your clothes. Or, like, when you asked about that, he kind of gave you guys a look, looked at the state of your very soaked, pretty much tattered clothes, and went, "Yeah, they'll fucking clean it. Don't worry. You will never have to deal with that again."
That sounds so fishy.
God, he sounds like he's part of the mafia.
Can I make an insight check?
What are they gonna do to our clothes?
We'll never have to worry about him again.
You'll never have to
Nothing.
worry about your clothes again.
It's gonna be
Nothing
naked.
to worry about.
I
there.
mean, it's not like it's particularly well hidden. He definitely means they're gonna burn the clothes.
I mean, I'm wearing armor, so I don't really care. They can't burn armor. I mean, they can try, but
I have another set of clothes that I can wear, but it also has a giant slash down the back from the Minotaur. God.
Oh, and that thing, he points to the hand. That thing's not going to be allowed in. I assume it's been sitting on your shoulder this entire time.
I just forgot about him. He's been off to the side of my computer this entire time. Man. How far is it from the bathhouse to where we're supposed to be staying?
10-minute walk?
I'm gonna go deposit him in the room
Sure.
so he's not
you
just
leave?
wandering around.
You leave the disembodied hand alone in this room.
I'm sorry, buddy.
What could go wrong?
maybe
He's-
we should find some new clothes before we go to this bathhouse as well.
He's a good boy.
That might be a good idea.
I think so too. I ain't found much luck finding a new shirt.
I had a perfectly good one.
No.
Oh yeah, anyone who wants to throw investigation checks to go ahead and find clothing stores, go ahead and do so.
I
do
also
one
want to
just
look
as a
for a magic shop.
Yeah, sure. Throw an investigation check separately for that
Oh
one.
my god, so many
Oh,
clothes in
God.
each one.
Fucking
0.
Joven is just lost.
This
He's
mask
just
is
like,
Well-
uncomfortable. How do you
I don't know.
wear these? It's
I mean,
like,
it tracks.
it is like it itches. Is what it does.
We all have different mods too. We ended up with the same number.
Everybody gets 12.
So you guys do manage to find some clothing stores, not like particularly high class ones, but still like suitable clothing stores. They sell a variety of things. Like a few years ago fashion, so not like the latest fashions, but you won't be embarrassed like you guys currently are walking around in bloody and tattered
All
clothing.
right.
Oh god,
Um,
Frederick
um,
would kill me.
Amakos is mainly just looking for replacement travel clothes. So
Yeah, so it's going to
Nothing
cost you guys
fancy.
about 30 silver each for a new outfit.
I'll cover that.
Could they fix the clothes that I was wearing initially that have the giant tear in the back?
Yeah, they can. It's going to take them a while to go ahead and fix that, though.
Ugh. I'll just buy new clothes.
I covered everyone's clothes cost.
oh,
I can actually afford this one.
I have more than enough.
I know you do.
God, we're pulling out the fucking black card over here.
We're nearing home too, so I can just restock on funds as long as they're not.
Assuming they didn't just steal all your personal
collapse.
information.
What personal information could they have possibly stolen from a completely off network
Well,
weird
I mean, you did use
tapestry.
you did use Zod's social security number as
Oh
the
yes, that's what I did.
He's just been spearfished. So it's just gonna open up another account in his name.
What about did I
Oh.
find any magic shops along the way?
Magic shops along the way. Go ahead, throw. No, you were looking specifically for magic shops.
Yeah, well, everybody was looking for clothing.
No, you didn't really find any, but that's also to be kind of expected. This is more of a river town. Magic shops are
Yeah.
rare and in between when not in Herzoria. You might find a few in the capital, but it's gonna be really hard to find them anywhere else.
To be expected. It'll be fine for now. Back to the bathhouse then, I guess.
So you guys go to the bathhouse, and a impossibly old halfling woman is sitting behind the counter. She seems half the size that halflings normally are, and she has a bunch of towels stacked up around her to very tall heights on the desk, making her seem even smaller. She sits in front of a huge ledger and just is like writing in it with a large plumed quill.
I love her. So tiny.
Wait for the accent.
Hello, we would like to partake in the house, and possibly some cleaning of some of our armors and such.
She doesn't respond. It's as if like she either doesn't hear you or is so focused on what she's writing that she just is blocking everything else out.
Excuse me? Hello?
Oh, the fuck you
Sorry.
want, huh? Introduce your fucking self before you just scare an old woman like that. Scare me half to death. She
I'm sorry. I
struggles and shuts the huge ledger, and then flings open a drawer, pulls out a large horn, sticks it in her ear. What do you want?
It's one of these again.
I'm sorry. We've just come to take a part in the house, the bathhouse, and to have some of our armors cleaned, if possible.
She looks at each of you and then looks at your masks. Well, looks like some fucking nobles came in here.
Correct.
Looks like you're a far away from the capital.
Correct. We were on some business traveling to Kel, and we're on our way back.
You went to hell?
Kel.
Oh. Well, why would you go there?
Business. We didn't. It was business, and we're on our way back. It was
I'd
not
rather
very
go to
fruitful.
hell.
Not hell, Kel.
Yeah, I know. I'd rather go to hell than Kel.
True. Might have been more fruitful. Either way, we would like to take part in the bathhouse.
It's gonna be separate.
What's going to be separate?
The bathhouse.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I think she means the boys are gonna go in one, and Jether and I are gonna end up in another.
I understand that.
Are you sure?
That's completely fine with me. I'm not worried about seeing anyone in the nude.
Well, nobles are weird.
This isn't like a fantasy fulfillment thing. This is just to get ourselves clean.
Yeah, we don't allow any of that. This is to get yourself
I know.
clean,
We're
to
not
make
doing
things more
anything
dirty.
like that. I know. We just want to make ourselves clean.
He's gonna pry open the ledger, lift some of the big pages. All right, it's gonna be 10 gold for the baths. 5 gold for the armor cleaning. And then 30 silver for the clothes cleaning.
I can cover that. That is fine. So that would be 15 gold and 30 silver total.
Well, 30 silver per clothing group you want cleaned.
So it's 10 gold per person, 5 gold per person, and then 30 gold per person, correct?
Well, 30 silver. I mean, if
30
you want to pay
silver
us,
per person.
like, if you want your armor cleaned, it's 5 gold. 30
All
silver
right.
if you want your clothes cleaned. But these clothes are going to burn, so I'm just going to charge you 15 silver.
All right. So that's we just have 2 people with armor. So just doing math. 45 silver, 10 gold for the cleaning, and then 4, 5.
No
50 gold.
iron.
Never mind. Why don't we do this? I'm going to pay you 60 gold pieces, and we'll call everything even. That is more than enough. I did the math.
Okay.
All right, then. I'm going to hand over the 60 gold pieces.
So she takes it out of your hand. Boys to the left, girls to the right. Leave your clothes outside.
All right. Head over to our prospective baths.
Sure. So, you guys do take towels with you as you go to your baths. You leave your old clothes outside, and as soon as you guys come into the door, you do hear some shuffling, and then the clothes are assumably picked up. And for those of you with armor, you do hear it being dragged away on the floor. And yeah, you guys are sitting in the hot baths. Kari, your dye is finally running out of your hair since it's been forever since you washed your hair.
Oh, thank God. I cannot show up home with blue hair.
So now, where is it? You might have to send me the thing of,
The other token?
yeah,
Yeah, I can do that.
cool. All right, so you guys want to talk or just zoom through this?
I am fine with just zooming through this, unless if anybody wants to say something.
I am a far ways away from y'all, so I'm probably not going to say anything.
Yovin's just going to, it has been a while since they had a good bath, so he's just going to relax in there, just tuck one hand behind his back and just casually relax.
Cool. Excellent. So yeah, so we're just going to zoom through this. You guys, your destroyed, your pretty much tattered clothes are going to be destroyed, and
Fine.
the armor is back. There are no signs of the scrape marks that presumably came on it from this scraping against the stone, and everything is clean, fresh. Smells of lavender.
All right.
God,
Not
his
a
hair is a
fan of the
different color.
lavender. It's a bit soapy for me, but it'll do.
Doesn't smell too bad.
Well, is there anything anyone else wants to do today? Otherwise, I'm fine with just resting back in our rooms for the evening.
time is it?
It's getting closer to the evening. It's around 4 or 5. You guys spend a good few hours inside of the bathhouse.
Okay. I was like, didn't we leave in the morning? Or did it
Yeah,
take
then
a
you guys
while?
got lost for a while.
That's
And
fair.
shopping.
Boat ride was like 3 hours.
Yeah.
All right.
So you guys
I
head
would
back
just
to the
heading back. Yep.
Cool. So you guys head back to the Briar Patch, where there is a wood elf woman playing the harp, and then an elven man standing behind the bar, cleaning the bar tab.
I am going to go sit up at the bar.
Right.
Hello. What is your meal situation for the night?
Looking for the noble special.
If you're willing to give it to me, sure.
Well, let's see. Noble special. I can get you some steaks, eggs.
That would be lovely.
Cool. The drink is almost
Still
ready.
being prepared. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. I assume it will be
So-
delivered to my room tonight, correct? Oh,
Correct.
thank you.
And so is the noble special just for you or for everyone?
Just look back at everyone, seeing what they're doing.
Deathra is just standing next to you.
You know what? I'm gonna walk up to the
We'll also
Bar
have the noble
right
special.
next to Zahn. I'm just gonna be like, "What do you guys got for the house special?"
Alright, well, I guess that'll be around for me, my companion here, and the larger human here, as well as this one over here with the horns.
I'm checking on Alexander.
All right,
Might as
you're in
well
your
get
room.
one for her as well.
All right, so that's 5 noble specials. And house special, we got a nice red from Herzoria, supposed to brighten the taste buds of some shit.
Is that from paw trees?
He reached out under the bar, pulls out a dark green bottle. Yeah.
And turn to Joven. You don't want that. Spoiled berries they put in the mix just to make a quick buck.
Okay, but how's it taste though?
Like sheet.
All right. You got anything in blueberry?
No. No.
You want a blueberry wine?
If you got it.
You're from Kel, aren't you?
What told you that?
Mainly the blueberries.
That's it. Often sign. I'm trying to be helpful for you here. Don't make me look bad.
All right. I'll let you pick out a good one.
Let's see here. What make here should we go with?
That depends on how you want to feel. You want it to be nice, soft drink where you can still remember everything. I recommend the Cortantes. If you don't want to remember anything, I've got some dwarven ale that'll just ruin your night. It kicks like a mule.
If you're looking for wines, I would recommend Treskig, or the Golds is one of my favorites. Ales, you could always go with a Razorback. It's very tough, but gets the job done.
I could go with an ale. I'll try a razor bark.
You sure you want a Razorbark?
Just don't drink too much of it. You'll be fine.
Are you? How much of a drinker are you? Are you a heavy drinker?
I mean, I can be when I want to be.
Okay, I'm gonna get you a Dwarven Ale instead of a Razorbark. Let's just start you off without getting you heavily addicted to alcohol. All right. He takes out a whiskey glass, takes out a stone bottle, pops out the cork, and you can see a little bit of what seems to be smoke coming out of it, pours in a fizzy, bubbling mixture into this stone whiskey glass, and he goes, "Steer Asal. Don't drink too fast."
Dwarves and their ciders.
All right.
Gets the job done.
It does, but it's too sweet for my taste.
Different strokes. So we're gonna hop up to Kara and Alexander. There's a large V scratched into your pillow, and Alexander is curled up on the windowsill.
Shit, I forgot I was muted. Like that's how he normally looks when he's sleeping.
Yeah, he's just curled up in his like that.
Boy, I'm gonna like. What the fuck is that noise? Sorry, I don't know what the fuck that is. Sounds like there's a raptor screeching outside my window, and I know that's not true.
A pteranodon?
Oh no, it's my landlord trying to get up the driveway. Never mind. I'm going to like pick him up and like bring him over to the pillow. Did you do this?
He kind of shifts in your hand, but remained in the curled up shape.
Hey, I'm gonna like pat him awake.
He kind of shifts a little bit and then hops up in your hand.
I'm gonna put him down on the pillow. You didn't do this, right?
He taps at the V like a few times as if testing it. Some like kind of pinches out a feather and then just tosses it back onto the V and then curls up.
Like you went back to sleep? God damn it, Alexander. I thought this would be easier now that you're familiar, but it's not.
Well, let's throw an insight check for me.
Okay. $18.
It's being deliberately vague. Like the way that it's acting seems to have a little bit of guilt on it, but it's almost like when your dog gets in the trash and you ask, "Did you do this?" and it doesn't look at the trash. Except he's just pretending to sleep.
I'm not mad. I just want to know why.
Curled up.
Alexander. How do you even know letters? You don't have eyes. Ugh. I'm gonna go downstairs.
With or without Alexander?
If he's gonna pretend to sleep, I'm gonna let him sleep.
Okay. leave him curled up on the bed. Go back downstairs to where Jovan was just poured his drink. Drink orders were taken. Damikos has been poured a gold and a nice wine glass. What did you order again, Zon? Like
I
for
didn't
drink?
order a drink.
Ah,
Because
okay.
the drink is being made special.
Gotcha. Okay. So he looks at everyone. Oh. He looks at Kara coming down the stairs. You said she wanted a Nobles whatever too. Noble special.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Just one for everyone is fine.
Gotcha.
Kara looks miffed.
You want a drink?
Fine, thank you. I'm just gonna sit and like put my head in my hands.
All right. I'll be back with a Nobles special. And he walks to the wall and seemingly walks through it.
Okay. Not the weirdest thing we've ever seen, but kind of weird.
Cool. He's going to be gone for a while. He has to get the ingredients.
And I look down at my drink. What color is it?
It's a dark brown. It looks very similar to like Coca-Cola.
Oh.
It's just fizzing twice as much and is slightly thicker.
Drink it slow, I guess. I'm gonna take a slow sip of it.
So you know how when you drink a lot of soda, you can feel your teeth eroding away? As soon as you start to drink this, your teeth feel like they're starting to get dissolved a little bit.
I'm gonna put the drink down quickly onto the counter. Just hold a hand over my mouth. Just kind of a look of panic. Just
You okay, Jovan? Are you sure?
bit of a kick.
It's the ciders there. Not meant for anything other than a dwarf.
Makes my teeth feel weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taste the gold wine.
Gold wine is delicious. It is of elven make, specifically a Morothian elven make. You've had golden wine before. You would have had. It's a very common drink with nobility. It's the little gold flakes in it that make it taste extra expensive.
It's been a while since I've had this drink. Definitely enjoy this.
Overhyped.
So
Well, I
Tomato
did-
recommends it to everyone.
It's a snob.
Overhyped, you say? Fireball, no.
Oh, they carry Fireball here?
Well, Damikos does.
Yeah.
You want to lose in one turn. That's a good way to lose in one turn.
So Jethra sits next to Kara. Are you okay?
Hmm? Oh. Alexander keeps carving something into windows and pillows, and I can't figure out why.
Really? The hand you picked up in a sketchy cave that can't talk and has only relayed things in sign language is acting strange. I am shocked.
You know what? We picked you up in a sketchy place, too.
I can speak to you, though, and you know what I'm planning to do typically. And I don't carve things into pillows.
That I know of.
Well, I can at least tell you that I do not carve anything into your pillow.
What
Yeah.
what is he carving?
It looks like a V.
That could mean literally anything. Is there
Yeah,
any
I
like
know.
historical basis that I would know of a V being a symbol for literally anything?
Make a quick history check.
I would assume probably not, because that's a very basic symbol, but
We'll see.
we'll try.
Oh,
So V shows up as both letter and number. If you were just going off base historical fact, it could be the 5 kings of Kel, who once ruled Kel at the same time before falling to infighting that brought the country to great civil war, which is exactly why they have a more democratically elected process today.
Connected from Roll20. Whoops.
Is that the only thing I would
I
know
mean,
it? This possibly
that
being?
there are others, but that's really the biggest historical significance that you would know of.
It's not a whole lot going on there for a V. But like I said, your strange hand is acting strange. That's so weird. I couldn't have told you that was going to happen. But just so you know, now that we're in Moroth, and whatever plans I would have had for you have been turned upside down and that is over with, there's really no reason for you to be this withholding with us anymore.
I mean,
No one
There's-
here is going to try to kill you.
I
Anymore?
don't know that.
Morgan.
What reason would any of us have to kill you now?
I don't know.
Exactly.
y'all gonna put more stock in each other. Just have more of that drink that hurts my teeth.
Sure. So on the second drink, once you get past the initial terrifying feeling of your teeth dissolving in your mouth, there is a burst of just sugar and sweetness.
Packs a punch. This one.
Maybe you should stop drinking it.
I said I'd get drunk tonight. I intend to keep that promise to myself.
You
Should've just
look
gone
like
with the
you're trying to
Razorbark.
swallow fire. Do not suggest Razorbark. I
What?
swear to God.
Razorbark is fine. In
No,
small
it's
quantities,
not.
it is a great way to get yourself a little bit of a buzz with a nice subtle hint of mahogany and wood flavoring to it. It is great. I drink it from time to time. I just don't have large portions of it because it is rather addicting.
Yeah, no, we witnessed it firsthand.
Well, then you should know that you don't give it to a person in a large amount of quantity, and you explain to them beforehand that they just have small amounts.
Okay.
Like
Zahn,
shot sizes, 1 per night.
most other people we travel with are fully grown adults. I
I
cannot
don't know
stop
why you
them
needed
from
to
buying
explain that, but sure.
vast quantities of alcohol for themselves.
This is what I do. I like to call myself an aficionado when it comes to alcohol substances. So I like to give my friends options. Razorback was something that I thought he would like, being a country folk of himself. Just as long as I explained that he needed a little small quantity of it, he would be completely fine. He'd get himself a bit of a buzz. Then he could have something else for the rest of the night if he really wanted to, and it probably would taste like nothing to him because he'd already be drunk.
Did
I
you
don't
say
know.
you wanted Razorbark now?
No, please do not.
So the
Sergeant.
alpha standing back behind the bar. You guys look down. There are plates with a nicely cooked steak and some eggs and some vegetables, mixed broccoli and spinach in front of each of you.
Rather nice presentation. Thank you very much.
Of course. So let me know if you need anything else. And he moves to the other side of the bar where he's going to politely pretend to not listen to your conversation.
As bartenders do.
I'm gonna be honest. The sugar's really strong in this one, but it's. I don't mind it. Just take another sip.
Oh God.
Everyone's.
So I'd say by the third sip, you're no longer terrified of your teeth melting out of your mouth. And this sip is a little bit longer than the other ones.
It's really, really sweet, which I'm really glad I have a nice meal in front of me now. Is it just gonna cut a big chunk of the steak, stab into the middle of it with the fork, just lift it up and just bite like half, like
Do his teeth
just
fall
tear.
out?
No, barely manners at all. He's
The bartender is disgusted.
Going to need to work on your table manners if you're going to eat within our halls.
really what's that?
Just not going to pay attention to that at the moment. That's for another time.
So the bartender tilts his head to the side as if he's listening to something. Would you like the house special now, or would you like it later?
Give me about an hour. Let me finish my meal and my conversation and have it brought up.
Understood.
I'm going to work away at my meal.
So I guess everyone silently eats.
Yep.
As your drinks get lower, he comes by and refills them up. And slowly, Jovan definitely gets drunker. Jovan, as you finish your first glass, go ahead and throw me a Constitution saving throw to not just get completely shit-faced from that.
Okay.
You are tipsy. You're not drunk, but you're definitely feeling it. And he pops the cork of the stone bottle and refills your stone glass, puts the cork back in, bottle below the bar, and slides back to his spot.
Zon, gotta hand to you. This stuff is really good.
Whatever you wish to enjoy is up to you. It is not my cup of tea. Either way.
Why'd you order tea from a bar? Straight one.
Other than alcohol, we should get to more pressing matters in my mind. We have things that look to be needing to be done here. But I think it's in our best interest to head to the capital first. There's some questions I would like answered, and some questions I'm sure you might need to be answered, Kara. Questions I would love the answers to as well. Since you're withholding them from me still.
What's she holding from you?
You were all there. I asked her about it.
She's a wizard, I think.
No, she's not. There's no more danger to be had. We
Just like,
crossed the plains. You have nothing to worry about from my end. There's no reason to hide it anymore. I'm taking a risk myself in believing that I made the right decision letting you come back, and there was no other further reason why that contract was made.
What exactly is the point of telling you anything if
Because
you don't
we
believe
are
anything
all...
I say?
What makes you think I don't believe anything that you've said? I believe everything that you've said up to this point. However, there's this one pressing matter on things that you are not telling me the truth on. That you refuse to answer the questions on.
That is not believing everything I say.
Well, things that I could obviously not contradict. Like this, that you are not answering straight answers and you're changing the subject once again on... And we're all connected in some larger scheme from some godly figure now. We need to be able to trust each other.
Fuck the host.
Well, we can maybe do that at some point, because I'm not entirely trusting of him either. But
what?
at the moment, we don't have much of a choice, do we?
Yeah.
We're branded in his name.
What's
Sort of.
so bad about this host guy?
Except for possibly that one. And that one. But you and me are. And we need to trust each other at least.
I forgot that S told us Stomachos might not have the thing anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all worked together to keep from getting murdered. Coming over here, seems like all of you get along pretty well.
Elvin, how drunk are you?
It's really, really sugary.
You're muted, Morgan.
So every time you finish your glass or come close to finishing it, he fills up your drink again.
And I just
Oh,
keep
God.
drinking every time he refills it.
So about how many cups have you finished by now?
This is probably number 3.
Okay. You are definitely drunk.
Yep. It's fine. It's fine. Everyone can work together.
That's
The
all I
goal-
want, and I'm sure we can still do that. I just want to be sure that there's no reason for me to mistrust you, and this is the only thing, the one thing I have asked for the past 3 days, and you've not given me a straight answer on. That's all I ask, is a straight answer.
You're gonna check something.
Well, not to speak out of turn, but maybe it is not so safe for her to share what kind of magic she has.
I was thinking that would be a conversation better had in the...
We could do that if it's more
Rooms.
comfortable for you.
Oh no. this conversation at all.
Why do you need to know this stuff?
Thank you.
At this point, it's just curiosity.
Well,
And the one thing that I am worried about is that this is something that I made a mistake on. In that there is a reason for that contract to be out for you. And you're not telling me because of that.
well, you know what they say. Curiosity killed the dragonling.
It
Sure.
doesn't matter what we all are. All your magic's all weird anyway.
It does
Doing
matter
all
to
some
me.
Weird things. Look, we all want the same thing, so we're all working together. It's good.
Do we all want the same? That's what's worrying me. Do we all want the same thing? Does Kara here have some ulterior motive to this reasoning behind hiding this, or does she not? There's many questions that become out of this just by not knowing.
I forgot what I was looking for now.
We've all got. We all are working towards the same goal at the least. People can have secrets.
Not between me. I am too careful.
So you
And-
haven't, even in your inebriated state, when Zahn emphasizes not between me, Jethro looks a little uncomfortable for a second. I'm saying that because everyone else's passive perception is just bad.
Shit.
I mean,
Me and my family have made our living by being careful. This country, this capital, preys on those who are not careful. And I would not want someone around me so close that they could put a dagger to my own throat with secrets that are pertinent to our current task being withheld.
to be honest, I don't know much about you either. Like, you got a lot
What do you
of
wish to know
money.
then?
You live in a big house with a lot of
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
That sounds really cool.
Oh my god.
Sometimes it is, yes. It's a lot of work, too.
See, I didn't know that about you, and I worked with you just fine.
That is true. However, that's not exactly a big secret.
Besides, it doesn't matter. We're all like
Or
I
a
said,
powerful
don't
secret at the...
You're the same person. It's all good.
Either way, Kara, you don't have to tell me everything. I just want to know what it is, how you're casting your magic, and why you kept this a secret. And if it's too dangerous to say something like that here, we can go somewhere more private.
God, it's gonna be like this all the way up until we get
It
home,
is.
isn't it?
And if I can't get this out of you before we get there, then we can part our ways. I can't trust you if you can't tell me this single detail about yourself.
Jesus. Fine. Later. Away from the bar.
That's fine. Like I said, I just want to know at some point before we reach the capital.
Jesus, you're like Casimir.
I don't know who that is. there's anything you wish to know about myself, you can ask me. I'm willing to tell everything, as you all are, at least within close proximity to me, and most likely will for the far foreseeable future.
Who's James?
He is the right hand to my family. He is the head butler to the manor. He oversees a lot of our day-to-day business and finds us things when we need to find them. He's a rather large fellow. It'd be hard to miss him once you meet him.
All right.
Jovin's gonna go and almost drink the rest of this third glass.
Oh God.
Stop for a second. He's gonna be like, "Say, why? When we were looking for that one," pointed at Jethro, "why were you being all secret like about someone who could do things under the radar and stuff?"
I'm not sure what point you're talking about.
You know,
You may need to go to bed and ask me this question tomorrow.
maybe. Hey, you believe in destiny? Because I do. And I think we're going to be doing some great things. Then he's going to finish the third
Sure.
glass.
He should, yes.
The bartender does not come over to fill your glass.
Oh, thank
Thank you.
God.
He's
I
going
think
to
it's time for bed for you.
Probably. Ooh. I ain't been this tipsy in a while. See you guys. Just gonna start.
Oh,
He's gonna
God.
just start stumbling towards where the rooms are.
Does he look like he'll make it up there? Okay.
Make a Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. Let's
Oh
see.
God.
Actually, no. Make you are drunk, so make a dexterity check at disadvantage to climb these stairs.
Dexterity check, not a save, right?
Yeah, just a check. So he's doing it. It's taking him a little bit of time, but he's definitely climbing up these stairs. He's leaning heavily on the wooden railing, which the bartender is just staring at him going up these stairs. And finally, he makes it up and stumbles off towards the rooms.
Well, I guess I will take leave as well. I have a gift waiting for me upstairs.
Sounds so weird. I don't know. what
I'm
to
not
say.
entirely sure what it is either, but we'll find out. Jethro, if you'd like to come with me, I would like someone to make sure I do not die in the night.
Jethro looks confused.
I will
But-
explain when we get there.
Oh my gosh.
She's going to look around at everyone and then follows on up.
I'm gonna finish my current glass of cold wine. Nod to and then head upstairs as well.
Right?
I'm just gonna sit here for a little bit. We'll make sure all the doors have closed and then go upstairs.
All right. So we're going to go in order of people who have gone to bed, with the exception of Zahn, who is going to go last because we know he has a special present waiting for him.
God.
You will find out what this present is.
All right. So, Joven, you make it to your room after some failed attempts to enter other people's rooms. You do make it in your room. Key fits in the lock. You enter inside. There's a bed, closet, and a desk by the window. You're muted.
He's probably gonna stumble over to the bed, and given the track of everything, probably just gonna trip on his own feet and just fall into the bed.
And you're going to sleep?
Yeah, all that sugar's starting to crash. I would
Cool.
imagine.
Sugar crash. You have weird dreams. The dreams are like a bad trip of walls melting around you and being trapped underground. All right. Next up is going to be Damikos. So, when you go up, you do see Joven stumble into his room, doesn't shut the door behind him. You hear the bed make an audible creaking noise as the full weight of Joven just slams on top of it.
I will close the door as I pass by it
All right.
for him.
Not going right to bed?
I'm gonna try something real quick.
All right.
I am going to expend one of my runes to reveal any sigils in the area, manifest inscription, hidden glyphs or enchantments. So marks, runes, wards, glyphs within 15 feet of me. And I'm mainly curious about my arm.
Your arm?
Mm-hmm.
So, are you in your room when you do this? Or just in the
Yes.
hallway? Okay.
Shut
So,
door and everything.
cool. So your eyes glow with the rune searching, and you look at your arm, and you do not see any runes, sigils, or glyphs.
Okay.
And there's also there is a rune in the room. It's on the ceiling, and it's set to cast prestidigitation once when no one is in the room.
Okay. And now is when I'll go to bed.
All right. So, Kara, all the doors click. You head upstairs.
Try and ask Alexander why he carved a V into my pillow again.
So when you walk in, Alexander is on the windowsill.
Again?
Yeah, but as you open the door, you see him drop down into the curled shape.
Are there any other V's in the room now?
Make a quick perception check.
Oh boy. You don't know mending. You have to stop doing this.
You don't notice any more fees, but there are some more feathers around your bedspread.
Gonna turn the pillow over. Make sure the door is locked.
Sure. You turn the pillow over. Some more feathers come out of your pillow, but there's no V's or anything on the backside of the pillow.
That's fine. Make sure the door is locked. Make sure the window is locked.
So you go over to the window, and it is unlocked.
I'm gonna lock it.
Okay.
Pat him on the back of the hand, I guess.
All right.
I know you were awake. I'm not mad about the V's. I just want to know what they mean. Also, if that was you talking to me the other day, I have no concept of time anymore. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed. Make
All
sure
right.
all my stuff is with me, and then go to
Sure.
bed.
So you got all your stuff with you, and you go to bed. So Zon, when you and Jethra enter your room, you see there's a large, ornate glass. It looks like one of those things you'd hold a fancy container for champagne. The name for it is slipping my mind right now, but you know what I'm talking. It
Yeah, I
looks
know what you're
more
talking
like
about.
yeah. Inside is a blue liquid, and it has blue smoke inside, like lifting off of the blue liquid. Blue liquid covers about maybe 3 inches of the bottom. Blue smoke is filling up everything else, and there is a folded over card right next to this. Fuck, that's gonna kill me. Container.
I will read the card first, I guess.
Excellent. So it says, if you want to live, do not drink this liquid. Inhale the smoke.
All right. Keep that in mind. I'm just going to turn to Jethra. So, I didn't entirely mean to order this, but as a aficionado, I sort of felt it was necessary that I do it anyways. So when I went into the back, I inquired about some business, and then ordered the house special, thinking it was a drink, and it's this. So apparently it is very volatile and leads to some sort of vision questy sort of things. I think that might be useful for me right now. I just want you to stay here. You can have the bed. I will sleep on the floor. Just make sure I don't, hurt myself or anything else.
Okay, I can try.
Good. I'm hoping this won't be any work for you, but if it does, just, yeah, you'll be fine. Just, try not to stay anywhere near the smoke of this thing. Yeah, I'm just gonna hand her the card and
Okay.
sort of take a step back from her, pull the cork and breathe in the smoke.
So when you lift up the glass cork, the smoke kind of like pulls out a little bit, and as you start to inhale, the smoke starts to fill your nose, and very quickly the smoke is completely drained out of the container. And you hold it there in your lungs. Yes, decanter. Thank you. That's what it's called. Decanter. So you hold it there and you put the top back in the decanter. And as you exhale, little bits of stars and sparks start to come from your mouth. And the room starts to fill with the blue smoke, and you collapse backwards into the chair you were standing in front of.
I sure hope Jethro didn't just start breathing in smoke, but okay.
So, the wood of the room seems to fly away from you, and you can see the sun and moon chasing each other across the sky. It seems like you're zooming forwards through through a variety of areas until you are in the middle of a stone room, sitting on a throne-like chair. Your armor is a dark black, could even be dark blue when you're looking at it. It's very similar to the Cheshire Knight's armor. This room is sparse. There is a collection of swords on the wall, and there is a wreath placed upon the wooden door that is in front of you.
All right. just sort of move my fingertips around, see if I actually have function of myself, or if this is just like a vision I'm seeing.
You have function.
All right then. Just inspect myself a bit further, make sure of absolutely everything that I'm carrying currently. Do I have a left arm?
You have a functional left arm. It is of flesh and bone. It is not made of wood.
Okay. I'm just going to bask in that moment for a moment. And then I'll get up and just... Is there a door behind me, or is it just this one single door in front of me?
So there's a door in front of you. When you look behind you, there is some more chairs centered around what looks to be like a conference table, and there is a large floor-to-ceiling mirror with a gold holder around it.
Okay, I'll go look at myself in this mirror.
So you go over to look at yourself, and you are in full-plated armor. Your helm is closed. It's very similar to the Cheshire Knight's closed helm, and you have the same crown carved into the chest piece of your armor that the Cheshire Knight does have on his. Make a quick perception check for me.
Sure.
As you're looking into this, you're noticing that the shadows of the room are growing darker in the reflection. But when you turn around to look in reality, the shadows are not moving, growing closer to you, or even growing darker.
Okay. I'm going to quickly take off the helm and see who I can see myself as, and then get away from this mirror. Because I don't like that.
You remove the helmet, and you see your face, but you are older.
Okay. I'm going to put the helm back on.
Okay.
And go explore the rest of wherever the hell I am. Get away
Sure.
from this mirror, because I don't like that.
So you quickly leave the room, open up the wooden door. The wreath kind of shakes a little bit. Some white flakes drop from it, and as soon as they touch the armor, they melt away, and you recognize it as snow. So you open the door, and there are some servants walking around. They see you and go, "Oh, my lord," and bow, and then continue on their way. And you are in a long hallway of which you're quickly starting to put together as a keep.
Okay. I don't recognize any of this architecture.
Honestly, no.
Okay. I'm just gonna walk in the whatever direction those servants were not walking and take a look around, I guess.
Sure. So you head down the hallway. One of the servants goes into your room and starts like tidying up. They start like you turn around to look at them, and one of them heads to the mirror and starts polishing it. You continue on your way. There is another room ahead of you with the door shut. There are stairs going. So when you look to the right, it looks to be more of a tower structure with stairs going up and stairs going down in a winding fashion. And there is a window, like a clear window surrounded by stained glass, peering out into the courtyard of a keep.
All right. Do I recognize this keep at all?
So when you look out the window, you don't recognize the landscape as Moroth. There's too much greenery for it to be Moroth. The grass itself down below seems to be more alive. The sky is it's covered in the purples and reds and pinks of a setting sun. The birds are finding their trees to rest in, and you see a few children, or what at least look like children, down playing in the grass below. You also recognize some other guards standing at various posts within this keep and upon the walls.
All right. I'm just gonna keep walk in looking for anything that looks like important room structure other than the one that I was just sitting in.
So are you going to the room across the hall, up the stairs, or down the stairs?
Let's go upstairs.
So you go upstairs, and the stairs do wind up a little bit before you do find yourself in a room where there is there's a few young men, a few young women. It looks like there are bunk bedded cots inside of this room, more like a guard's rest room, like where they would go to relax, sleep. One of them sees you and quickly stands up into attention. Sir, is this an inspection?
Yes. Quick question. What's the date today?
It's the anniversary dinner, sir.
And what is this anniversary for?
He's still standing in attention. He looks at the other people who are also standing in attention and goes, the Arkmir's coronation.
And tell me, what happened on this coronation?
Well, she was crowned the Arkmir and settled several warring factions within the council. We are here mainly to make sure that the council does keep the peace. We're just taking our break before we have to take our shift out on the wall, sir.
No problem. I only wish to make sure that you are keeping up in your studies. Make sure you know why we guard this land, and for what reason.
We're guarding against the breakers, sir.
What have you learned of these breakers?
Well, they're a fanatical sort. They seem to see magic as some sort of threat, and are hell-bent on breaking it. Breaking the Arkmir's control, breaking apart the council. I mean, we've heard rumors that they're designing some sort of weaponry that could theoretically help them cut through magic, but that's, if I may speak openly, sir.
Go ahead.
I think it's a bunch of bullshit. There's no way in hell they'd be able to find something to cut through magic. I mean, magic holds everything together. That'd be like finding, I don't know, a fucking way to see the stars.
Can never be too careful. Where are the council and the Arkmir right now?
I wouldn't be able to say for their direct positions, but unless you mean council themselves, I wouldn't be able to say. No, they might be in their rooms. They could be discussing. They could be anywhere throughout the keep, really. If you're looking for one of the other guardians, I think I think Bear might be returning soon. He was going out to hunt.
All right. As you were then.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And they go back to he lays back down on the bed, and the other recruits go back to talking.
I will leave and go downstairs, I guess.
Sure. So you go downstairs, and this part collects into the main keep as a whole. You do pass by some guards that are standing by the wall who do salute you. And there are other servants milling around. And then you see another figure in the same armor you're wearing, with a sort of almost tattered gray cloak around his shoulders that you recognize immediately as the same type of clothing that the Cheshire Knight was wearing.
Going to make my way towards this person in a sort of obvious fashion that I'm trying to get his attention.
Oh, yes, Zon. One moment. Thank you. He waves away the servant that he was talking to. Ah, yes, Zon. I was actually looking for you. Have you finished the preparations for the outer wall?
Do remind me what my tasks were, just to make sure that I got everything correct.
He looks around. He gestures for you to follow him and starts walking down a hallway. He snaps his fingers at some of the servants, and they disappear through doors. You listen. If we are ever going to find out what these breakers are doing, we need to. I know you are hesitant about it, but I think it's time we reached out to them. You were supposed to set up the mirrors.
All right. Say I was an outsider. How would I react to being told where these mirrors are and what they do?
Well, if you were an outsider hearing it, I'm afraid we would have to kill you.
Obviously. It's just...
Obviously. Make sure the mirrors are put in the right position. Because if they are not, I've got a bad feeling about the night, Zon. I worry that one of our brothers may have fallen in with the breakers. That's when you start to see wisp of blue smoke form around your feet.
Anyone in particular?
I don't know. Honestly, it could be and then the smoke fills the room, and you wake up to the worst hangover you've ever had in your life, and sun beating down on your face from the open window. And we're going to move on to Damakos' dream. Damakos, you dream that you are sitting in the same dark area with the inch full of water that you were before.
Look around. I'm guessing it's still hard to see barely anything.
That's right.
Are there any familiar sounds I'm hearing, or
You're definitely hearing the whispering coming from somewhere ahead of you.
any like other movement in the water similar to before, or just the whispering?
Just the whispering as of right now.
I'm going to walk towards the whispering.
So as you walk, you stand up and you take a step forward, and about, let's say, 6 inches from before hitting the ground, your foot lands on a step. 6 inches above that, your foot finds another step. And slowly, as you're walking up these steps, you start to smell smoke. You can hear The whispering slowly starts to turn into the crackling of wood engulfed by flames. And the water slowly starts to show the reflection of a raging fire burning around you. There is no control.
What do you mean exactly?
They are nothing. I'm actually going to talk in a normal voice. It's just
There you
whispering.
go.
Yeah. So the voices are whispering. They are nothing. Control is an illusion. Burn it away. Burn everything away. And with each step that you take, the flames grow a little bit higher out of the water.
Is it like burning anything in particular in the flames, or is it just the flames are there?
Make looking around as you stop and look into the flames, it doesn't. You can see. Actually, no. Make a perception check for me. So you see that there are definitely people burning in the flames. You see houses being engulfed by the flames. It definitely seems like this voice is leaning more towards burning absolutely everything away rather than specific sites and people.
Okay. Going to continue on up the stairs.
So as you continue up the stairs, the flames grow even higher around you until you find yourself underneath a doorway. It looks like a cellar trapdoor.
Reach up and touch it. Push it slightly. Is it barred, locked, or like?
So as your fingers touch the door, it starts to burn away. Ash rains down on you, leaving just the open space above you and the ladder.
I'll look around, see if I see anything else, and if not, I'll go up the ladder.
So you climb up the ladder and you find yourself in your family's cellar. The vintage wine is in racks all around you. When you look back down the hole that you just came out of, fire is still raging below you.
Okay. Kind of take in the sight of the wine cellar around me. It's been a while, and I'm going to head up the all too familiar, or walk around through the cellar and eventually to the stairs heading up.
So as you walk, you smell the smoke following you. Your footprints are leaving behind dark, burned scorch marks into the ground, into the stone itself. And you make your way up the wooden stairs, up to the door that would lead into your family's, essentially, hallway into the living room.
other than the footprints that I'm leaving that seem to be fiery in nature, is anything else of me like fiery, like any fire?
You are not on
Person?
fire. No, you are definitely feeling warmer than normal, but you also did just walk through a room of
Yeah.
fire. So
Okay. We'll continue up into the family living room.
it's cool. So when you touch the doorknob, it does not overheat. The door does not burn away. You open the door, walk through the hallway into your living room. You see the fireplace, the chairs, the rug, and the fire crackles at you. Burn. As you look around, you see that the painting that would normally be the family portrait shows the host hanging from a tree limb. The fire crackles again. Burn.
Is anyone else there? Or-
As far as you can tell, you're the only one in the room.
I turn to look through the rest of the house to see if there's anyone else there.
So, you find, as you start to walk towards the stairs that would lead up into the home, the distance grows between you and the stairs. You walk towards the front door, the distance grows. It seems as though you are currently stuck in the living room.
Turn back to the fire and to the painting that I see there.
The fire crackles. Burn or be burned.
Use control flames to make the fire jump 5 feet onto the wood.
So, you pull the flames, and for a moment, you see something writhe below the skin of your arm. And very quickly, this room catches fire. And then everyone wakes up with the smell of smoke. You all wake up in your beds.
It's there.
Joven, well, except
Fire in
for
my room.
Joven and Zahn, who both Joven and Zahn both wake up with massive headaches. Zahn wakes up in a chair. Everyone wakes up, and it seems like some of the rooms of the inn have caught fire.
All right.
Oh, God.
Is there fire in my room?
There is the fire seems like it is breaking through the wall of your room. Damokos, you gain two.
Rolls for it.
You gain 2 void points.
Okay.
All right. So you all wake up, smell of smoke and fire and burning wood
Hey, we leveled up
in your
too.
nostrils. That's right. You
Yeah.
guys officially did the level up.
Yay!
Hey, we're burning down an inn.
Hey.
Hooray. Well, I'm getting up and making sure Jethra is not on fire.
She's not. The fire's not reached your room yet.
All right. I'm gonna shake her awake if she's not awake, and then.
Oh, she's
fucking-
panicking.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So,
My head hurts so bad. Stay behind me. We're getting out of this fucking inn. Go.
You guys rush through the door, heading downstairs to get out. Damikos, you were saying something?
yeah. So fire's breaking through. Like, is it breaking out or breaking in?
All you know is your wall is on fire.
The wall is on fire. How big of a section? The entire wall?
I'd say if the wall is 6 feet wide, about 4 feet.
Oh, cool.
4 foot wide, about 8 foot tall.
I try to use control flames to extinguish the fire. In a 5-foot cube.
Cool. So you extinguish that, but the broken and already burned away wood reveals so much more fire behind that.
That's what I wanted to find out. Okay. I'm gonna make my way out of the room now.
Cool. On your way, you notice that there are scorch marks leading from your room to one of the rooms in the back that has it's covered in fire. So scorch marks leading from your room leading towards the back where the fire presumably started. Damikos is running outside. All right.
Well, following everyone else.
Oh
Right.
god.
I'm stumbling my way out best I can.
Cool.
Making sure I have Alexander and like all of my shit, and then I'm running downstairs.
So, fun fact, you don't see Alexander,
What?
and your window is open.
Sorry. Smart guy.
Oh my god.
Fire's getting closer.
You weren't nice enough to your hand.
You're not there.
So,
Alright.
what are you going to do?
Oh god, I'm just... If I stick my head out the window, can I see if there's like tracks or anything?
So, you stick your head out the window to see Alexander climbing the wall back up.
Can I pick him up?
Sure, yeah, he's within grabbing distance.
Ah, the inn is on fire. Why would you see outside? And I'm gonna run downstairs with him.
Cool. So you run downstairs with Alexander. Everybody's out. You guys see that as you guys are passing through the main floor of the inn, the harp player isn't there, and there is the same big mahogany covering the top half of the bar. You guys make it outside to see that there is already a sort of fire brigade going on. People are trying to splash water onto it. It doesn't seem to be doing much since the fire is above, and I need everybody who wants to go ahead and throw an insight check.
Sure.
I'll do it.
Oh, my rolls are so bad tonight. It's so terrible.
1 second, guys. One second. I'll be right back.
So did you find a random hand in a cave and then not pay enough attention to it? Because Kara did.
You know what? At least he didn't set this fire.
That you know of.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's always a burden.
Well, while he's gone, I am going to
Yeah.
go get another drink. I'm going to put up the slate for this.
Fire.
Hey guys. All right. So, insight check. So, both Damakos and Zon seem to notice that the little water that does manage to reach the fire doesn't really seem to be doing much to take it out. Like, at least normally the water would lower the flames a little bit. They don't seem to be affecting it at all.
Damocus, does the fire seem magical?
You recognize this fire.
Is there
Okay.
anyone important looking around? Like anyone that I recognize from inside of the inn?
Yeah, the bartender is like standing outside going, huh.
I'm going to go up to him. Is there anyone else still inside?
Harpist, maybe. But,
I'm running back inside.
oh. All right. So, the room is filled with smoke. So as you're going through this, I'm going to make you make a series of Constitution.
Yep.
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 Go ahead, make your first one.
Constitution save.
Yep. All right. Yeah, you're doing all right. You managed to hold your breath before going in, and you managed to make your way up the stairs. The fire is raging about halfway up. There are 4 rooms that you can check.
Okay. Is there any of them that I can eliminate that we were staying in?
One of them was the one you. Actually, 2 of them. One was Yovin, and the other one was you and Jethro.
Okay. Do the other 2 look like they're very severely on fire, or are they just covered in smoke?
These 2 are the closest to the stairs. They are not on fire yet, but they will be within a minute.
Okay.
You'll most likely have time to check one without having to take fire damage.
All right. I'm going to check whichever one's closest to the fire first, and then go check
Okay.
the other one.
Cool. So you take the door on the left. Make a quick investigation check.
Sure.
So you look around. There's no one inside of this room. You don't see any evidence that anyone has been inside of this room. Make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Yep.
You're starting to cough. You're not quite asphyxiating, but it is going to be distracting you as the fire does creep closer.
Okay. Go on and check that other door as quickly as possible.
Cool. So you stop, look over. The fire is creeping towards you. If you go to check this room, you will have to run through fire in order to get out. All right. So you throw open this door, make a quick investigation check at disadvantage because you are coughing.
Okay.
So the smoke is filling this room too much. You're not sure whether or not there is someone inside of this room.
Okay. I'm just going to call out quickly. Is anybody in here?
I need you to make another Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So you call out. You really make a perception check to try and hear anything over the roar of the fire.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. All you hear is flames. You're not sure whether or not there's someone in this room. And if you take any longer, you're going to start taking fire damage.
I'm just going to take longer. I'm going to thoroughly check this room. I am 100% believing there's still this person in here, and this is the only other room.
Okay. To thoroughly check this room, it would take about a minute, and you're
Okay.
going to be taking 3d6 fire damage.
Yep,
in this
that's
time.
fine. Okay.
Cool. You take 9 points of fire damage, and there is no one in this room.
All right. Fuck me then. I guess I'm just leaving then.
So cool.
Just
So you
call out
make-
one more time as I reach the hallway if there's anyone still in here.
Okay. So you call out, no response. You make your way downstairs to hear someone banging behind the bar, like someone's hitting the mahogany shutter.
All right. I'm gonna try to lift it up and see if it actually goes up.
So it is. You do see that it has a padlock on the front of it.
I'm breaking that padlock.
Cool. Make an attack roll.
Sure.
Are you using your greatsword to do it?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, you hit and you break the lock. Go ahead and make a athletics check to go ahead and lift up this mahogany shutter.
Fuck.
So you're lifting, and in the time that you're lifting, the fire is now making its way halfway down, and this structure is about to fall down around
Try it
you.
again.
Okay. So this time you manage to lift up the heavy shutter, and there is some of the people you saw downstairs, including the elven woman playing the harp.
Just get out. Hurry.
They're hopping over the bar, coughing, hacking, making their way through the door. And I'm going to make a series of checks. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as
Sure.
you go out to not get trapped under one of the pieces of falling timber.
10. Add +3
So-
to any of their rolls as well, if you'd like. Since they're within
Okay.
my aura.
They two of them rolled worse than you. So So as you go, let's go, the roof starts to fall, like the flames are causing the structure to cave in. And I need you to make an athletics check real quick to
Yep.
get this burning
God, I used all my good rolls.
Oh
So-
God.
You guys are watching the structure now start to cave in with Zon inside. Zon, you take 10 points of fire damage and are
That's
trapped
fine.
beneath a roof beam that is on fire. These two people also take. Okay, one is burning to death. They're both burning to death, also trapped under pillars. One person makes it out just as the roof starts to collapse. He's coughing. They're in there.
Ah, fuck.
I'm
Hearing
going to
that-
cast Cure Wounds on the two that are trapped in here with me.
You are currently. This would count as restrained by the burning pillar.
I'm
let
running
you.
in there.
Me
Okay,
too.
cool.
I'm
I'm
following.
running in there.
So you guys see the Zon and two other people trapped by the burning pillars. I need everyone to make Constitution saving throws in order to not get distracted by coughing up. Okay.
You have not rolled
Oh,
one
hold on.
good roll all night.
I rolled a singular good roll and I don't remember what it was for now.
So
They all have
Joven?
+3 as well, I guess, because they're in my order.
Oh, yeah.
gotcha. Okay, so Kara is coughing too much. You will have disadvantage on any rolls you make. Joven and Domikos manage to take a deep breath in before going in, and the fire is now reaching towards there. It's now hurrying. It's spreading towards the people underneath the pillars.
I am going to.
So, Domikos, I assume you're going to go ahead and help someone. Are you helping Zon or an NPC?
I'm gonna.
One NPC is dangerously close to being burned. Since you rolled the highest on your Constitution save, I'm letting you go first.
Okay. I'll go to one of the NPCs that's closest to being burned.
So you go to that NPC. As you reach down to help them, you hear, "Burn or be burned."
What have you done?
Only I hear this.
And you hear it. And out of the corner of your eye, you can see the faintest move of something below your skin.
I'm gonna try and help the NPC.
Make an athletics check.
All right. It's not great.
Zon.
Hold on, it's not your turn yet. 1 second. So you do manage to lift this pillar, but you also take 3 points of necrotic damage, and I need you to make a
Necrotic?
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save?
Mm-hmm.
Ha!
Oh,
Narratively
God.
perfect.
You gain 2 more void points.
Oh
no.
my god.
Oh, they're racking up quick.
Yeah.
All right, so you do manage to lift this pillar off the NPC, and for touching the burning pillar, you take 3 points of fire damage, and the NPC,
Resistance.
so 1 point of fire damage, and the NPC. Actually, no, you're helping the NPC. Your resistance, you feel the full heat of this fire. You take 3 points of fire damage.
Okay.
And the NPC hurries out the door, coughing and gasping, and gets immediately covered by a blanket like a guard patting them down to beat out the flames that are on them. Joven, it is your turn.
Is there still another NPC under the pillar?
There's an NPC and there's Zon.
Oh boy. Zon's tough. I think he can last a little longer.
Flashbacks.
That was a different person.
It was.
That's it. Is Damokos about to get a kill point?
So I'm gonna rush over to that pillar.
Okay.
Just gonna reach down, grab, and try to yank it off.
Sure. So make an athletics check, and you take 2 points of fire damage for touching a burning pillar.
Ah.
You easily manage to lift this pillar, and the NPC scrambles out, hurries outside, also gets covered with a blanket and patted down for the flames to be beaten off of them. Your glove is...
It's pretty much on fire, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's pretty much done.
Yep.
All right, so next up, Kara. You're coughing, essentially blind, in a room full of fire and smoke.
And it's only Zon left, isn't it?
Well, make a quick perception check at disadvantage.
Great. Where is it?
Oof.
Ah!
Oof.
There are
Oof.
more pillars on the ground, and what looks like there could be people under these pillars. There's one pillar that's being engulfed by the fire right now. Looks like it might have somebody under it. You can't tell which one is Zon.
Can I try and find him? I can't. I can't.
You've made your perception check.
God damn it. I'm gonna pick a pillar at random and try and find Zon.
So there's 6 pillars.
Oh, great.
We'll roll a 1d6.
Oh, God. Why did I come in here? My strength is like 10.
Strength is 8.
So,
Pain.
You run over to a pillar. Go ahead and make an athletics check to try and pick it up.
Oh, great.
You take 2 points of fire damage for touching a burning pillar.
I
This
forgot.
fire
to
does not
change
want me to
my-
throw higher than a 3.
I take what? Sorry,
You
I
take 2 points of fire damage.
sorry, I forgot to change my things in Roll20, so I'm just gonna type it. It still wants me to add a -1.
Nice.
So you are struggling. You do manage to lift this pillar a little bit, but actually that'd be a disadvantage because you are coughing and hacking.
Oh,
So yeah,
great. God damn.
you are not able to lift this pillar.
Ah.
All right, Zon, you're seeing everybody like look around and make another Constitution saving throw for me.
Sure. Nothing.
You're fine. You look around, you see that the 2 guys have saved the NPCs, and Kara is lifting a pillar off of another pillar. Not close to the fire, but
That's nice. All right, I'm just gonna try and free myself.
make an
Okay.
athletics check.
That's a little better.
So it is a little better, and you can find yourself pushing up, and you've managed to kind of wedge the pillar in a better position to lift, but you are not able to free yourself completely. So we're going to start this round over. Everybody give me Constitution saving throws. And everybody gets the +3. Oh, that's everybody. Okay. So Zon and Damikos are fine.
Oh,
Kara and Yovin are coughing way too much by this fire. So top of the round, we're going to keep the same order as last time.
quick question: is Zon
Yes.
within 15 feet of me?
Yes, I added the 3 to that score already.
I'm going to use my reaction then to instinctively pounce towards him,
Okay.
moving half my movement, which is 15 feet, over to where Zon is, or if I need to roll to see where Zon is due to the coughing.
No, you can. You saw him last time. You can assume he hasn't changed position. So you make your way over to him, but we are going to stop at the start at the top of the round. Damikos.
Okay, I'm gonna go over to Azan.
All right. Burn or be burned.
Where it says that. I'm going to. I'm gonna help Zon.
Make an athletics check with advantage.
Advantage.
Yeah, he managed to
Yeah.
maneuver the thing up.
Well, thank God it said advantage. Okay.
So you don't quite, like, you're struggling. You can't quite lift it. You gain 1 more void point,
Oh, no.
and you take, God, come on, 5 points of fire damage,
Full fire.
full fire.
Okay.
And also you take
Let's get that.
1 point of necrotic damage as your arm, the thing below your skin, writhes. All right. So next up, it's going to be Jovan. What are you going to do, Jovan?
Jovin's going to try and just shove his hands down and lift up the pillar as best he can.
Make an
like the-
athletics. Cool. Make an athletics check at disadvantage.
No problem.
Yeah, you Actually, yeah, you lift it easily. Zon, you have time to escape. Jovan, you take another 3 points of fire damage, and everybody manages to escape. Okay, fun thing. Happened a lot sooner than I thought it would. Give me 1 second.
Just let it cycle back around to my turn, Morgan. Let's just go through the round.
What's
You guys-
Nothing has to
happening?
happen
You
right
guys
now.
have escaped. We are out of temporary initiative. So happy. All right. So because you gained these,
Yeah.
Oh
Those-
boy.
Do those
Oh,
mutant point points?
No.
Is this
You're
happening
so
technically
bang.
while I'm still trying to help Zon?
yeah, this is
Shit.
Oh no.
because you gained these disobeying.
Ah. Well, most of them weren't that.
Most of them weren't that, but the last ones were. No. You start to hear the thin, monotonous piping of a dark flute. It's just barely at the edge of your hearing, but you can hear it. And its distorted sound is constantly following you. Add that as an indefinite form of madness on yourself.
Oh, yay, madness.
And your void points reset.
Oh, there you saw, huh?
Well, now we know what the magic number is.
Do you reroll
Do we
that
though?
one?
Because I was not keeping track of how many he got. 'Cause that was a lot.
I know. I asked David how many he was up to.
Oh no, it varies from person to person.
Oh no.
There you go.
Bargain.
For me,
All right.
it's
Did you have to re-roll it because it landed on something like pyromania?
No, it landed on something and I was like, that wouldn't really fit.
madness. Okay, let's figure out how I had
Got a
this.
And
cute
so
skeleton following you.
As the group settles outside of this burning building that may or may not, but definitely was caused by Damikos,
No, it wasn't.
we are going to end tonight's session. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey. We'll see you next week. Follow us on Twitter, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and have a wonderful week.
Okay, bye.